Good morning, children. Let's start Statistics, Chapter 14, Part 1. Let us revise some basic concepts which you have done in earlier classes. First is ungrouped data. In this data, only observations are given. It's called ungrouped data. Group data. In this data, we learn two types of frequency distribution. One is observations and corresponding frequencies are given. Other is of class interval and corresponding class frequencies are given. It is again two types. One is continuous form. It is the group data in which lower limit is included and upper limit is excluded. You can see an example. 20 to 40 is a class interval in which 20 is included but 40 is excluded. And discontinuous form is, it is the group data in which lower limit and upper limit both are included. For this, you can see an example. In 20 to 39, both lower limit 20 and upper limit 39 are included. Now, next you will learn about the class size, and what is the meaning of class size is, you can see here, class size or class width. That is the difference between upper limit and lower limit of a continuous form is called class size or class width, and is to be generally denoted by H, a small letter H. For example, just you have seen 20 to 40 is a class interval and the gap is of 20 is called class size. Mid value or midpoint or class marks, one and the same thing. How to calculate it? It is the middle value of class interval which lies between the lower limit and upper limit of the class. Now, cumulative frequency. What is the meaning of cumulative frequency? Cumulative frequency of any class is the sum of frequencies of all the preceding classes plus the frequency of that class. And there are two types. One is less than type and one other is greater than type. For this, we will do few examples later on. Now, after the collection of data, to analyze the data so collected, we generally observe that the data of a variable tend to cluster around some central value. This clustering of data around a central value is called central tendency. And this central tendency can be found out using mean, median, and mode. In this chapter, you will learn all the three of ungrouped and grouped data. Now, mean of ungrouped data, that is, you can see here, mean can be written as X bar, which is symbol used for mean. How to calculate of ungrouped data's mean? Sum of observations divided by number of observations. This can be written as sum of observations is sigma xi and number of observations is n. For this, let us do some example. Find the mean of the following data, and the data is 5, 7, 8, 6, 4, 3, 9, and 1. Formula we have to follow the same. Sum of observations divided by number of observations. Sum means we have to add all of observations, and there are 8 observations, that's why number of observations is 8. By adding, we are getting 43 divided by 8 will become 5.37, is called mean of ungrouped data. Now you will learn mean of group data. Following are the three methods for computing mean of a group data. One is direct method, second is assume mean method, and third is step deviation method. Other name of this method is shortcut method. Now, what is the meaning of direct method? Let's do one question. Direct method for calculation of mean. For this, we are taking some example. Let's read it. A survey was conducted by group of students as a part of their environment awareness program, in which they collected the following data regarding the number of plants in 20 houses in a locality. We have to find mean number of plants per house, and the data is given to us. Number of plants 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, and 12 to 14. And number of houses 1, 2, 1, 5, 6, 2, 3. Which method did you use for this mean and why? We have to write the reason also. We have used direct method because numerical values of xi and fi are small. Means what you learned, direct method is generally used for small values of observations and frequencies. Here, class interval is given to you, and how to calculate mid value, which is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Lower limit is 0, upper limit 2. By adding them, we are getting 2, divided by 2 will become 1. Similarly, lower limit 2, upper limit 4. Adding, we are getting 6, divided by 2 will become 3. Lower limit 4, upper limit 6. By adding, we are getting 10 divided by 2 is 5. And similarly, it is continued till last. Now, frequency is already given to us, and we will multiply these two columns correspondingly. Xi into Fi, 1 into 1, 1, 3 into 2, 6, 5 into 1, 5, 7 into 5, 35, 9 into 6, 54, 11 into 2, 22, and 13 into 3, 39. By adding, we are getting 162, which is called sigma, and by adding frequencies, we are getting 20, which is also called sigma of frequencies. Now, what's the direct method of finding mean? Let's glance. It is, you can see x bar is sigma xi upon sigma fi. Sigma xi is 162 divided by 20 will become 8.1. This is called mean of group data using direct method. Now next is assume mean method for finding or for computation of mean is x bar, which is equal to a plus sigma fi di upon sigma fi. What is the meaning of all this? A means assume mean of mid values of xi. Sigma fi means sum of frequencies. Di is xi minus a is called deviation. And sigma fi di is sum of multiplication of fi and di. This method is used for generally large numbers. On the basis of it, let's do some example. And it is, the table shows the daily expenditure on food of a 25 households in a locality. Expenditure is given to you in the form of class intervals, and households given to you in the terms of frequencies. We have to find out mean daily expenditure on food by a suitable method. And the suitable method is here we are using assume mean method. Now let's see how to calculate. First, we have to make this class interval column, and using it, we have to calculate mid value of this class interval, which is also called class marks. By adding lower limit and upper limit divided by 2, we are getting in all the cases. Frequency is already given to you. And here first we have to use this column and to write assume mean. Assume mean we are taking here 225. Generally we are taking assume mean the middlemost value of this column, near about. And on the basis of it, we will calculate deviation di, which is xi minus a. Xi you can see 125. A we are choosing 225. By subtracting, we are getting minus 100. 175 is xi minus a 225. We are getting minus 50, and this is continued till last. The next column is to be made fidi. Fi and Di is multiplied like this, and by adding it, we are getting minus 350. Formula is formula is A plus sigma Fi Di upon sigma Fi. Let us substitute the values. A is 225, sigma Fi Di is minus 350, and sigma Fi is 25. By substituting the value, they are cancelled, plus minus minus. By subtracting it, we are getting 211, which is called the mean daily expenditure on a food per household is rupees 211. So this is called assume mean method of calculation mean. We have done two methods. We will learn more later on. Thank you so much and revise them properly. Okay, bye.